Everybody. The questions are on the screen for you now. I am going to whiz through them a little bit more today, purely because I've already filmed this video once and there was some issues with it, so I've had to record it again. So I will whiz through them a little bit quicker, but if you need to pause it at any point, then just do so. Okay, it shouldn't cause you a problem your end, but just so you know, it might be a little bit shorter. I've already worked out how to work them all out as well. So I'll shrink those down, put them in there, corner. So the first one is 146 times 5, 146 times 5. I'm going to partition, so I'm going to multiply each individual part by 5, so you've got 500, you've got 4 times 5, it's 2200, 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, add them together, 730 for the first one. Okay, you can use a formal written method for that one, but I'm trying to stay away from using formal methods at the moment. I'm trying to show you how to use mental methods and known facts. 100 divided by 2 is the same as 20 add what? Okay, your equal sign is a set of scales, so both sides need to be the same. 100 divided by 2 is 50, so 20 add what? 20 add 30. 20 add 30 equals 50, the same as 100 divided by 2. Okay. Number 3, bit of a tricky one, this one. X add 2y is 34, so I'll talk you through it. X add 2y is 34, so what it means is x and y are whole numbers more than 10. What could x and y be? The video that I've already recorded and lost, I did trial and error on this method, so I'm not going to do it again because I'd be pretending to do trial and error. So I will put the answer in a second, but what it's asking you to do is come up with numbers that could be x and could be y. They have to be more than 10, okay, but whatever you put for y, you have to have 2 of it. So say you decide that y is 14, you've got 2y. So you'd be saying 28, and then x would have to be what's left before you get to 34, which would be 6, okay? And obviously 6 is not greater than 10, so that's wrong, okay? So I'll write the calculation out again, and then by all means pause it and have a go, because you're not going to be able to work it out alongside me in this video, just because I've already done it and I can remember the answer. Okay, so what I did was I started with x as 11, and I gave that a go, and it didn't work. So then I tried x as 12, which gave me the answer. So if x is 12, then 2y must be 22, which would mean y is 11. Okay, and again, normally I would put it back into the question and check, but I've already done it, and I know it's right. Okay, so the answer is y is 11, and x is 12. Okay, 367 times 3. Again, you could use a formal method for this one, but I'm going to use partitioning. 3 times 3 is 9, 900. 6 times 3 is 18, 180. Oops. And 7 times 3 is 21, which equals 1001. No, it doesn't. 1101, sorry. So you've got 900 add 100 equals 1000. 80 add 20 equals 100. And then the 1 left over, so you've got 1101. Again, you could use column addition for that one if you wanted to. 180 and 21. Okay, and you'd get the same answer as me. Okay, no problems with that one either. Oops, factors of 30. Okay, you know the method for this by now. I've talked you through it in a couple of videos, and again I talked you through it in the video that got deleted, but I'll just whiz through. Okay, so you can see the speed that you can do it at. So you've got 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 4 doesn't, 5 does, 5 and 6, and 6 does. And at this point you've hit what I call the tipping point. You've got all the factors, because on this side now you should have 6, but I've already got 6 as a factor pair on that side, so I've definitely got more. Okay, so all the factor pairs there, or all the factors there. 3/8 of 40. Spent ages explaining this one too, actually. 3/8 of 40. Okay, imagine you go out and you buy a £40 pizza. Okay, there's 8 pieces there. £40 pizza. You eat 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. And then you come to pay the bill. You need to know how much you've spent. Okay, so you need to know how much each piece is worth, and then you need to multiply it by 3. So if it's a pizza into 8 pieces, then you take the £40 and you divide it by 8. So 40 divided by 8 equals 5. Okay, and then you had 3 pieces, so you do 5 times 3 equals 15. Alright, you don't need any of this for your working out, because the method is you divide by the bottom, denominator, and then you times by the top, or the numerator, which is exactly what I've done. Okay, clearing. 12/5 simplified. 12/5 simplified. Counting fives, get as close to 12 as you can. So you've got 5, 10, 15. So one group, two groups. Okay, so you get 2 wholes, and then you've got 2/5 left over. Okay, if you want to see that visualised, draw yourself a bar model, or draw yourself groups of 5, and see how many full groups of 5 you can get. Okay. Freezer is -9 degrees. Fridge is 2 degrees. What is the difference in temperature? So number line, 0 there, -9 there, 2 there. To jump for 2 to get back to 0, and then jump for 9 to get to -9. 9 add 2 is 11. Okay, so it's a difference of 11 degrees. And then finally, 4, 5, 6, 7, rounded to the nearest 10. That's the tens column there. So you're going to look at this column here. It rounds up because it's 7, so that becomes a 7 as well. So you've got 4, 5, 7, 0. Okay, all done. Like I said, real whistle stop there. I had already done them before, but that's a day of me not waffling, I suppose. So you can see how quickly you can calculate them, all right? And I hope that the methods were clear enough for you there without me waffling for 20 minutes. As usual, I'll stop the video here. I'll put a question up for you to have a look at, a challenge question. Have a go at it, come back to the video, and I'll show you a method and the answer. Okay. So you've had a look at the challenge question now. I've got it up here. It's subtracting within decimals, which is what you've done today. However, it does look slightly different. We've had a look at some of these challenge style questions this year, and you found them quite tricky, some of you. So I'll talk you through how to do them. Okay. So it's saying here, 2 subtract something is 1. Okay, well there's only one possible answer for that. 2 subtract 1 must be 1. Sorry, 2 subtract, yeah, is that what I said? Yeah, 2 subtract 1 must be 1. Okay, so D is 1. Something subtract 8 is 6. It's 14. Okay, so this must be a 4. Don't know why that's not right. There you go. This must be a 4, B. Okay, but by the time no, stop that. 4 subtract 8 doesn't equal 6, so what I must have done is exchanged from there and created that. So 14 subtract 8. Now obviously that's not 14, it's 1.4 subtract 0.8, but for the sake of the explanation I'm going to take all the place value out and just focus on the column digits. Okay, so it's 14 subtract 8. Now we go over to the units column. 7 subtract something is 3, and this is where it's really important to follow the whole question through, because if you just try to do 8 subtract something is 3, you're wrong, because by the time you get to the units column it's not 8, it's become 7, because you've exchanged a unit into tenths. So you've exchanged one unit from there and put it into the tenths column. Okay, so 7 subtract something is 3, that's 4. Okay, so C is 4. And then A subtract 1 is 1, well that must be 2. 2 subtract 1 is 1. Okay, so that's your answer, 244. Can I zoom out? Apparently not. Okay, well there you go, that's as big as we're going to have it. Sorry. So the answer there is 2441. Okay, well done if you managed to get that, and I will see you tomorrow.